Welcome back, East Coast Frank. Another gray day. Yeah, things just got always English. I need more of this. Things always get crazy. So the other day when I was recording, we said hopefully we'd get back to that other site doing the lot clearing for Nova Scotia Power. Anyway, we had some emergencies come in, and we've actually been working on one of the emergencies for the last couple days. I haven't taken any video of it just because of what it is. It's not very video friendly. It's a backed up sewer in a multi-unit building, so a 600-unit building. Anyway, it's an absolute mess, and it's an absolute nightmare. So we've been working on that, as well as some other stuff, some regular work, getting some of them buttoned up. But of course, because of that job, a lot of the stuff that I had on the go got bumped and shoved off just because of the emergency call. So I haven't had a whole lot going on. I've been doing a lot of looking at jobs and quoting again. But actually today, here's another one. So I'm going to look at something for HRM, another park job, a repair to a walkway. And I looked at it the other day. Now I'm just coming to measure to make sure the quantities are right. So we're going to go do that and then head downtown, look at another one, another sewer line install, new install for a condo update downtown. And then who knows? I never know what's going to happen anymore. It's the world of construction. Yeah, you just kind of hang on and hope for the best. It's gotten a lot colder. The weather is definitely cooling off. We have our first actual forecasted flurries for this weekend, which sucks. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go look at this, get some measurements, and bring you along, and then we'll see where the rest of the day goes.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing.
So it was way too loud down there to film under the bridge there. Anyway, the idea there is I just took some measurements of the washout. So there's some gabion baskets in there that have ripped apart actually when the water's high. There's a lot of debris coming down through there. It's opened it up. So they had originally asked me if we could repair them, but the gabions are in too bad a shape. And honestly, I don't like gabions there anyway. It's pulling all the rock out. So I'm suggesting maybe block off where the gabion was, form it up, pour in some concrete into those gabions that are there, and fill the voids, make it a little bit sturdier, and hopefully that'll be a nice temporary fix until they can come up with something else. I suggested maybe like a nice ready rock or something like that, something substantial, concrete that'll be able to withstand that type of flow on a regular basis and not wash out. But obviously that's a much bigger job and a much more expensive job. So right now just looking at a repair that'll get them through to keep that trail open until maybe next year when the weather's better, and go from there. So now I'm gonna head downtown and see where this other one is, and see if it's something that we want to go ahead and do or not, because the customer is interested in having us complete it, but obviously this was another one that somebody else looked after, and now I'm being asked to take it on, and I don't know if they saw everything. I don't know if they thought of everything. So I'm going to go check that stuff out, meet the customer, figure that part out, and see where we are, see if the price is good, see if we should go ahead and do this, and continue this Wednesday, praying the rain holds off until after this visit, because I'm going to be outside a bit for this one as well, but we'll see you guys down there. Well, I had a look at that job. That was pretty uneventful, pretty straightforward little job downtown. Normal issues, traffic, one-way road, deep, old building. I could go on, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward. So, met with the guy, we talked about a few things, figured out how he'd like to proceed and when. So I just told him I'd check into a few things and see if it jives with us and him, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, now I'm going back. I'm probably gonna go try to fix a dry hydrant here later today down at Cooksbrook, but because I don't have a whole lot else on today that's happening right this second, so it's a good day to go get that done. So I might go for a drive and do that, and then take a peek at another lot. So we'll see if this weather holds off long enough for me to get a couple things done today, and go from there. Well, here we are, down at the dry hydrant. It's chilly. Got my winter jacket on, it's so chilly. Of course, the thin polo I have on probably isn't helping things any either. So, customer calls. They have a hydrant, which is there, focus, that is drawing air when they hook up to it. So what we do is we take this apart, unscrew this. Why won't that focus? There, we unscrew this, take this apart, pull all this off, reseal these threads, because what happens is over time it'll start to pull air in around here. A lot of times it's just because this isn't tight enough. Sometimes I could just take my big wrench and put that on there and give her a twist, and that takes care of it. But just to make sure, I will take it apart and reseal it too, just to make sure that everything is good. So I'm going to get some tools out here, start taking this apart, and see what happens. big wrench. The fun bit is actually getting this big pipe wrench adjusted. I should have brought some grease with, because it's turning pretty hard today. My other big wrench that I normally use on this, I lent to one of the other foremans that's already set up for this dry hydrant. They were doing some tank pulls on the weekend, so that means I had to break out the other one and get it adjusted. Oh yeah, that's broken. There's no way. I can't get it to break free, but I think the pipe is broken. So, I was just trying to get that cap free. It won't budge. But what I did notice, and it's probably why, that shouldn't move. That shouldn't move at all, and it's wiggling back and forth, and the pipe in the water there is not moving. So I would say, if I were a betting man, either A, this is a part at the elbow down there, or B, the pipe is broken. So in saying that, there's nothing I'm going to do here today to fix that. I would guess we'll have to send somebody down here with an excavator. We'll have to pull these boulders out and inspect that joint at the bottom, the elbow. I would say that it is broken, or at least come apart. It's moving quite a bit, and that shouldn't move at all. Also, oddly enough, it looks like the set screw's gone out of this one, so I would say it's been repaired once before. And I would say that whoever repaired it didn't put the set screw back in. Anyway, I am going to put this thing back together, put the cap back on, clean up, and get out of here, and let Halifax Fire know, because I would say we got to dig this one up. There, that's back on, good enough for now. Anyway, there's my big wrench back on. Tailgate up. And away we go. Kind of unfortunate, because it would have been nice to get that one done, but sometimes you can't fix them all. Sometimes they need a little bit more than just a repair. So I would say this one needs a little bit more than a repair. So like I said, I'll let them know. I'll get out of here, and we'll probably be back some other time with a machine. Okay, now we're in the middle of nowhere. It's just what we do. Anyway, I left that site for the hydrant, drove another hour across country, back down towards Musquedaubin Harbor. I'm actually in Austria Lake. Just having a look at a lot for a couple that's looking to have it mulched and leveled and graded and all that jazz. So before the rain starts, I'm going to put my jacket on, and we are going to go for a walk. So let's go for a walk in the woods and see what we can find. Alright, it's cold. So the winter jacket's going on. It's also hunting season, so I'm gonna be as bright as I possibly can. We're out in the woods. If I can get this thing on. It's the worst part of these things is they never go over a winter jacket good. The jacket's bright, but my vest is brighter, so. Alright. So, first impressions. The trees are pretty crappy. Looks like we got a bit of a wet area to cross here too to get it across the property. Yeah, that ditch is wet. I ain't getting across that with boots. I don't want to get wet feet. How am I going to get over there? I guess I don't have to. I can see the majority of it from here. But it would have been nice to walk up to that ridge. See, if you look up there, see it's all pretty thin. Tiny little trees, a lot of fir. There is some rock. I'm seeing some rock upcroppings in here as well. But yeah, that ditch is wet. Super, super, super wet. I really want to go in there. I'm curious. How wet am I going to get? Can I go that way? I might be able to get across there. Watch me fall. Oh, this is not a good idea. Really not a good idea. Oh, that is wet. Oh, and that is soft. Okay. Little by little. It's not a swamp, so that's good. It's just a really wet ditch. Oh, made it. Alright. So it looks like they had the line cut out. Focus. Stop looking at me, camera. There we go. Yeah, it looks like they had the line cut out before, but it is fairly tall. And you see, fairly rocky. Rock. Rock. Rock everywhere I'm looking. So I don't know. Wow, look at that. So that's going to be what's underneath. That's what's going to be what's underneath all this root mat and stuff, is a bunch of rock. Rock upon rock upon rock, which is good in one sense, because it's going to be tight material, but also kind of bad in the sense that could be difficult to make nice and flat. That said, there is a lot of grade to work with here. I think the only thing you can do with this is come in and mulch it. Pick where you want your house, make a flat pad, cut the rest of the material down, use that to shape to get you down to the road for your driveway. And the rest is what the rest is. I mean, you're not gonna be able to do too much. until somebody comes in and sets some grades. I mean, you could haul, but oh, that is just so thick. I'm not going up in there. It's very thick. So the trees that are there are crap, the big ones. The little ones, there's a gajillion of them. They're all tiny, like 4 or 5 foot high. Just enough to be a pain in the butt. And they're all going to do the same thing. They're going to grow up to that height, die, and come down. So really, for anyone concerned about, you know, trees and the environment, and oh, you're doing a bad thing by going in and mulching all this stuff up, but it's not going to last. In areas like this where there's so much rock, they just don't take. They don't grow. I mean, the forest just looks like garbage. You'd be doing a much better job of going in and clearing it out a bit, making some space for a few good trees to take and grab what they can for nutrients and grow to be much bigger and stronger and healthier than to leave it like this and have thousands of trees that just all compete for what little nutrients are there in the ground, and they end up all dying because there just plain isn't enough. Oh, this ditch is so bad. This would be the worst part. The good thing is there's enough fill by the time you cut some off the top there that you don't really need to bring anything in. Could just put a culvert in here and fill this in with the material that's on site. You're gonna have to bridge probably what, 30, 40 feet off the road. But again, like I said, it's very doable because you have the material here to work with. Don't step there, get wet feet. Oh, this is so bad. I used to do this for fun. Anyway, I can feel my feet getting damp. Alright, up and out. Up and out. Yeah, not a bad lot. It's a couple acres. I think they said it's 3 acres in total. So, looking at probably, by the time you get down here, get set up, start mulching, none of it's big. It's not going to take long. Maybe 2-3 days to clear them all off. And then a few days to do a little bit of shaping. Maybe a truck to haul some material. Oh no, you won't be able to do that. You'll have to cart it all down. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Maybe we drop a temp culvert in or something before the permit. Anyway, I don't know. Oh my, alright. I will let them know what I found, what it looks like, what I think. I'd like to do this one. The reason I'd like to do this one is it's actually relatives of another customer of mine that was really nice to work with. So I have the idea or the thought in my head that these guys are going to be cool too. They already seem like it just from the correspondence I have had with them. And there's something about doing a lot that I just love. You know, it's taken something that is nothing, basically right now. It's nothing. It's just hilly, garbage trees, piece of property, take that and turn it into something nice that they could be proud of, that we could be proud of, that we were a part of it. Anyway, it always comes down to numbers. As much as you want to have visions of what it's going to be, and you get these grand ideas of this goes there, that goes there, and I think this would be nice, none of that matters. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the number that you stick on it. So I got to come up with a good number, because I'll tell you, it's beautiful down here. Austria Lake Road, beautiful country. So with that said and that done, I'm going to head back to the office. I have a ton of stuff I got to get done. My phone has been going off like crazy with emails and text messages. I got a bunch more projects that just came in with signed contracts, so I got to get those on the board, get that scheduled, and start doing up some stuff for these other two I just looked at today. So there's a lot of driving, but if something comes out of it, the driving was worth it. And on a day like today where I haven't got much else going on, there's no project of mine happening today because of the emergencies. It's a good day for me to take some time and do these ones, get them out of the way, because they are out of the way. It's a lot of driving, and I will not ever quote something I can't lay eyes on, because no matter what somebody else tells you, it's never going to be what's actually there. Pictures don't do it justice. You got to see it with your own eyes. You got to walk on the land. You got to see the land. You got to see whatever it is they're asking you to do, and then put a price on it. And then when you put that price on it, you can stand behind it. Anyway, enough ranting for today. I am going to go now, enjoy this lovely hour drive back to the shop, hour to 10, whatever it is, and get back to doing office stuff. Yay. Anyway, we'll check you later.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things.
Sorry, one funny note here. Anybody in Nova Scotia or New Brunswick PI that just got that emergency alert, I'm actually driving, obviously. Have you ever had Siri read that thing to you? Because Siri just read it to me. And when she got to the French part, I gotta say, didn't sound French. I don't know what that was, but wow. Is there a setting? I feel bad for French people.